Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Let's find the right button. Hello, guys. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna tweak my chair here. Hello, guys. Hi, Deb and Lori and Janet and Bev and Loretta and Kathy. Oh, my goodness. And Mary and Mona. Hello, hello. If you are watching me on YouTube, I see no comments. So let me know. I think I'm going to switch it from top chat to live chat. But let me know if you're here on YouTube. Not sure what's up with that, and I'm afraid if I mess with my computer too much, I'm going to mess it up. Hello, Janet. Hello, Tina. So glad you got your order in time. And Debbie and Lois. Hello, hello. Is it pretty up? I bet it is a beautiful day up there, Debbie. It is like, I might have to switch something because I cannot see anything on YouTube. That's aggravating me. Okay, you guys can't see that, but oh, there is Carol. Okay, good. I got one comment on YouTube. Hello, Carol. Usually, like, there's a little thing and it shows who, how many people are on, da-da-da-da, but the way I set it up today is kind of different, and I don't know why. Like, usually the chat's to the right of the picture. Now the chat's below the picture. And, sometimes they change those things as well. Oh, thank you, Connie. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm so glad you won that, and that I saw you on the next live to tell you. Hello, Mickey. Oh, Janet, I'm so glad you got it. Okay, so there's more over on YouTube. I was worried. So, yeah, great week, busy week. Got a lot created and done for some seminars and for OKC Painting Palooza, because our deadline is this week. Oh, I bet, Bev. Up in Michigan, the trees are turning. MAC is lit. Oh. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for sprinkling. Like, comment, share. You'll be entered into the giveaways. Hello, Sue Potts. Oh, I know. So once I get them photographed, well, I really can't share them, but I can share them with a couple of you that I know are submitting as well, and you've shared yours with me, so I will share mine with you. But yeah, so got those done. In fact, worked on some this afternoon to finish and just have a couple embellishments to add to it, and then I'll be done. But I'm pleased with what I came up with. Sunny and warm, sprinkle. Thank you, Janet. I can't even see, because the way I set up my computer this time, I can't see the temperature. But it's been a beautiful, there's not a cloud in the sky, gorgeous fall sunny day here in Middle Georgia. I had my hair done this week. I will go ahead and pardon myself for the nails. They need some work, and I have an appointment tomorrow after my dentist appointment at 8. Who makes 8 o'clock dentist appointments? Hello. Okay, so the comments over on YouTube have stopped. What the heck? How are the wedding preparations going? They're good. Hello, Carol. Are you wedding ready? I am. My problem is right now, if you know me and you've seen me in person or have painted with me, and I know I've shared it on my Facebook page, I pretty much wear the same shoes. I did not sew. I got some super glue, but I haven't fixed them yet. But these are my backups, and they're working great. I do want to get in and get it. Hello, Donna Poltz. So wedding stuff's going great. I'll just say it because he's not going to watch. But one of my middle son, who's getting married, his absolute favorite thing on the planet are my crescent rolls. Actually, they're omas. My mother-in-law, who I adore, God rest her soul, she had me make them one year when we went up for Christmas. And ever since then, I've been making them everywhere we've lived. Everyone's loved them. And that is like one of his favorite things. So I made my first batch today. I'm going to make a batch tomorrow, a batch Tuesday, and a batch Wednesday. Because while they're getting ready in their room for the wedding, I want to have them in there for them, like some charcuterie stuff. And then also at their cabin. So the entire wedding party is in a big, huge cabin that sleeps like 28. And so I made crescent rolls for him. So anyway, I love crescent rolls. Yes. And the if you put in Sandy McTeer crescent rolls in that little search bar, it'll come up because I have posted that recipe many, many times. So, oh, Debbie, you're so welcome. Hello, Dawn. Yeah, so every year I make my homemade crescent rolls. Again, I have no comments. Why are they not coming? Over on YouTube. That's going to drive me crazy. I'll be able to see them after to put y'all's name in for the drawing, but I don't want to miss a question. So, anyway, I know. Sweet mama. So I was thinking about on the rehearsal dinner, which is Friday night, this coming Friday, having them without him knowing, because it's at the same place the venue is, the wedding venue. So I don't know. I was thinking about maybe saying something, about, how much he loves them and then bringing them out, or surprising with him on the day that he gets married and have them in the room. Haven't decided yet. So anyway, but yeah, we've got everything pretty much packed and in a corner, ready to go in the cars. Cannot wait to see family that I've not seen in a while. My youngest son's flying in on Thursday, and then the rehearsal's Friday and the wedding Saturday. And a week from today, I will have a beautiful, darling, amazing daughter-in-law. So, I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I just started to go into your next sentence, which was cranberry and goat cheese flatbread. That sounds good. Hello, Ronnie Marks. I know. The countdown begins. So, and getting my OKC submissions done and all that. Again, I will get all that loaded tomorrow after my hair. Not my hair, my dentist appointment and my nails. I'm not sure what you mean there, Sue. Cars. I know, I'll share lots and lots of pictures, as you guys know. But I kind of went with my fall. Usually during the fall, I go a little bit more brown, not as much blonde. So I had my hair appointment. Hello, Rebecca. And I think it's going to go really well because my dress is like kind of like an evergreen green. The weather's supposed to be absolutely stunning. Let's just pray it stays that way. So, you were talking about loading the cars. Cars, yes, sorry. Squirrel. Yes, because we both have to drive our vehicles with as much stuff as we have and as much stuff as we're bringing home and as many people as we're shuttling from place to place. We did get a shuttle bus that's going to help with the wedding party. But anyway, so yeah, my van and my husband's truck. So anyway. Oh, Loretta, well, what you've already done is amazing for OKC. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, and so, other than my glasses breaking, decided to have this, zit pop up on my nose that I haven't had that size of a zit since I was in high school. But it'll go away. Got a week. Anyway. All right, what time is it? It is 4:09. All right, okay, so why can't I see those? Maybe they just have to go up. Because I see Angie Hilton, and then after that, I don't see anything else on YouTube. All right, I'm not going to stress. Janet Roach. You are so incredibly sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, guys, and let me go ahead and say too, because I know sometimes y'all don't want to donate online. If you do on Facebook and you do the stars, of course, Facebook gets a portion of that. And if you do over on YouTube and do that little $ and donate, all that money goes to the World Central Kitchen, who is feeding, they're still in Asheville, North Carolina and stuff, and feeding people that are in dire need around the world. But Lori Skiffington, thank you so very much. She sent me a check. It was very generous, and I greatly appreciate it, because everything that we get in this year, I'm going to match, and that donation is going to go out at the end of the year. So greatly, greatly appreciate it. You won't let me do custom, so you get. Well, you're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. What a great idea. The whole wedding party staying at the Airbnb. Yes, so what's fun about that? Hello, Barb. Okay, Janet, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness. We have a cabin that, I don't know how big it is. I mean, it's big. It sleeps 28, and it's 365 days decorated as Christmas. So I will share pictures with you guys. Cannot wait. So life-saving, yes, World Central Kitchen does life-saving work around the world. Absolutely fantastic organization, as does Samaritan's Purse. So please, if you don't want to donate through stars or the dollars on YouTube, I would recommend highly both of those. Works for public and has been going to North Carolina to help out. Oh my goodness, Loretta, that's amazing. All right. Okay, why did that pop up? Stop. Yeah, still not getting him over on YouTube. Okay, it is 4:12. Let's get started because I got a lot to share with you. So today we're doing my how to paint my Merry Christmas, picking up the tree ornament. It is a 3D laser cut ornament that I love, and I've got some cool ideas to share. That this would be, instead of like a gift card holder, you could put a gift card in. You could use these for like table place settings, and then in this little slot right here where the license plate, you could put their name. You could even tie their name on a little tag, on the window, or even just money, kind of stuff it with money, put it on the tree for whoever that goes to. But some really cute ideas in addition to just what it is, which is an ornament. So thank you. I love it. Central Florida, recovering from the hurricane. So many. Yes, I've seen that, Pam. It's amazing. Yes. So it is nice to see when those things happen, those people, that come out and, uproot their lives to go and help other people. And that's just the great thing about, the human spirit in our country, and, when it's at its best. So thank you, Virginia. Change over to Facebook so I can ask questions if I need to. Thanks, Brenda, because I see you're the second one on here that said, hello, all from Alberta, and I'm not seeing anything after that. So not sure if, let's see if I scroll down. We'll see if I scroll down, I'll miss my picture. So I don't know if, I can do that. Okay, I think I might have it fixed. Hello, Judy Thacker. Probably would be more special in the room the day of the wedding. I kind of think so too. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Melinda. I just saw your incredible page that you posted. Amazing. So, yeah, so many providing food and water and the needs. I mean, hello, Suzanne. Okay, let's get started. So, we're doing, like I said, my picking up the tree piece. I did do a little handout, and you'll notice that there's a line through because I have no idea why that is on there. Other than I used the same template from my ornament piece that I did, not last week, the week before, and I used the M23 stencil. So I think it just accidentally stayed there. So you don't need that, okay? But it lists the colors and everything. And if you've printed that out for the colors, you know, you can just write alongside what brushes I use, what brushes you have that you can pull, yada, yada, yada. Oh, awesome, Debbie. Yes, the trucks have been flying out of my out of my studio, let me just say. In fact, I had my laser going early this morning so I could get them cut early enough. We drove down early this week to help some of their neighbors who had damage from, oh my goodness, Diane. Yeah. Wondered why it was there. I grabbed a stencil just in case. Well, no problem. You could always stencil your piece if you want to, but yeah, I noticed that as soon as I printed it out, I'm like, where did that come from? Crumb top apple pie for my tree apples and have squash in the oven now. Yum, Nancy. I'll be right over. Hello, Veronica. Okay, let's come down here. Well, yeah, let's come down here and do giveaways. Oh, I should just do giveaways here. Okay, so we had 3 giveaways from the last live, and it was for a piece that I've done that is not painted yet. It's not on my website yet. It will be on my website after the wedding, and that is for this dimensional Merry and Bright piece. It actually has 4 pieces to it. Okay, so you've got your ornament, and then you've got your second layer, then you've got your third layer, and then you've got Merry and Bright. Okay, so that, along with something I had cut, I don't even know what I cut, when I cut it, but I've been going through all my things. Like when I first got my lasers, I would just cut things, thinking, oh, I'll use that for something. And so I have tons of boxes of all these cut pieces, and I'm like, what am I going to do with that? But anyway, this one is falling snow, hot cocoa, and cozy blankets. So let me put that up against something that y'all can see it. Okay, so it's just laser cut words that you could add to a decorative painted piece, a mixed media piece, whatever. And then of course, extra little goodies. And so there are 3 people's name that came up on the wheel. Let me move that out of the way. I will get it out to you guys before I leave for the wedding. So the first name that came up on the wheel, let me get her, is Janet Mills. So my OKC friend, Oklahoma, Janet Mills. And my California friend, Carol Manhart. Your name came up on the wheel. And I know y'all's where you live because you guys order. And I've memorized many addresses because I have a thing with numbers. And the third one was Sue Potts. So Sue, I will get that out to you guys again this week before the wedding. And let's just go ahead and come right down here so you guys know I love to share with you. Hello, Bonnie. Thanks, Loretta. What I do with my membership group. So this month we did washes and glazes. Hello, my computer keyboard right out there front and center. Washes and glazes. So this apple started with the background color of yellow, and then we built layers of washes and glazes to create that. And then we just did birch trees. So fun lessons there. Okay, so again, this can be used just as an ornament. I think it would be super cute with, let's zoom in just a wee bit. Oh, and I did upload a picture right there so that you can see it. And then while we're there, guys, let me remind you, because it's fast approaching, but I do have 2 upcoming kind of immersive painting experiences. The Sunflowers is in November. The Holiday Splendor is in December. It is in a Facebook group. We will paint. We will take 3 days. If you can't join the, like live, it'll all be recorded and you'll have lifetime access to that group as long as, Facebook exists. But if you want to learn how to Dry brush, if you want to learn how to do washes, if you want to learn how to paint any of these elements, do those backgrounds. We are going to go slow from start to finish, like from background to varnish, which will be fun. So both those are on my website. And then don't forget, you can always use that discount code ART for a discount, even on those classes. Okay, so this piece, when it ships, comes with directions. I would go ahead and paint the back red as well. But it comes with directions on how to put it together. I am going to put mine together so that you guys can see, because it is a little tricky, I will say. So the main part of the truck, I went ahead and just gave it a light coat of titanium white, because I wanted my red to really show. Can you order just the words, as I have several? The words I just showed for that, yes, but I have to figure out where I got them. They were part of another design, and I just put those in the box, not knowing what I was going to use them on. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. We have fun in the group. Okay, and so we have several parts for this truck. We have the little fender bit. This goes in the center to hold everything together. These go on the sides. Then we have our tree. And then you might not have gotten this. It just depends. I didn't use mine. But I know on some of the orders, I just went ahead and included it. But you could put 2024 if you wanted to. You could put a name. That would be cute. And then a star and a snowflake. And the star, I went ahead and base coated with deep ochre. Okay? And we're going to make that star a little dimensional, but you could paint it however you want. The other thing is, this tree already has like that little sphere spire type top on the tree. And at first I was going to take away the holes, but then I decided to use the stained glass. You could also use the Love Color. What are those called? The jelly drops. You could use those in the holes. Anyway, and once it dries, you kind of get a little bit of this see-through stained glass look. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's get out our colors. Country Red. Thank you, Robin Richer. Hello, Linda Honeycutt. All right, so we are going to shake, shake, shake that Country Red. And get a little bit of that out. And a little bit of black. Oops, I gotta take that big blob of paint off the bottle. Sorry, it was gonna go everywhere. All right. And we'll leave that for right now. Let's just base coat our elements. So when you're base coating things like this, you can use these sponge daubers, which are awesome, to load that up and pat it on. I didn't mean to go up on the wood, but that's okay. And if you get it on the wheel, that's all right, because it's going to be black. Okay, so I'm just going to load that up. Now I'm not going in here and then going right here with a whole bunch of paint. I'm pulling it to the side, working that into that sponge dauber. You can use a brush. Sometimes when you do, it will, I say all the time, it's going to get and collect along the edges of your piece. So using that little sponge dauber will keep it from building up along the edges. All right, now these I did with titanium white. These you're not going to see, okay? Or if you do, it's on the side, so it doesn't matter if the red is a little bit on the darker side, which would make sense, giving them a little shadow. So they won't be as bright, but that's okay. And so I'm patting, but I'm also brushing and pulling because I don't want it to give it too much texture. Yeah, Tuscan red, Santa red, any of those are good. True red. True red was a little too bright. I wanted it to be a little bit more just richer, deeper. But yes, absolutely. Santa red, Tuscan red. So many beautiful reds, right? Okay, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to pick up that lamp black. And I'm going to paint this fender, which is actually going to be silver. But I want to give that silver a backdrop just to be a little richer. So we will do that. Okay. I'm going to go back over here to the red. We're going to tap that on. Let's get a... And my dauber is dry. Okay, I just switched to a new one because I don't want any black in there. Right over the mirrors and everything, even though the mirrors are going to be silver. Again, you can use a brush and just pull it from here out to the side to keep it from getting on the edge. I just find that these daubers do really well for this type painting. This surface, I should say, more than anything. All right. Let's let it dry. Hello, Linda. Yes. Thank you, Janet. Yes, so Ronnie, you can rinse those daubers out, use them over and over and over again. Okay. I am going to come back with a brush. I just wanted that initial color to show you how I can get that dauber to really cover. Hello, Anne. Oh, mini lights would be super cute, Judy. Yes, totally agree. Mini lights would be awesome. All right, let's move that there. And I am going to get a small brush. This is like a 6 flat. And I am going to come back in. Oh, I might get a bigger one. We'll see. And when you're here, go along and push it off the edge. There, you're going to push it off the edge. Here, just on the chisel edge. But you can, again, come back in, give it just a little bit more color. And even though you don't see this part inside, I still wanted it to be nicely painted in case, you know, you put something in there. That's going to be black. Alrighty. And I almost did this part up front, but I wanted you to see how I did the that sponge dauber to, oops, let's get that out of there. And again, my nails are not great. Okay. And you just never know what part's gonna kind of peek out. So let's get that on. Get a little bit of water. Robin Mitchell, you're so sweet. Thank you. Hello, Kathy. Okay, so we're just gonna paint that again. Makes it nice and rich. You can always do the edges. The only thing I did the edges on is the little parts that come out, and we'll do that together when we put it together. I'll show you. It's just easier. Then you know exactly what it is you're painting and why. All right. I don't think these need a second layer except that little bit right there that did not get color. And that bit there. All right, we're just going to base coat everything first, let it kind of set up. We'll move on to our truck here. We're going to get out some asphaltum. Okay, ooh, that sounds like it's got a drop in it. So let's grab that one. And I did try to put the names on my palette. Hopefully you can see. I know there's a little bit of a glare. Thank you. Okay, so with the asphaltum and a touch of lamp black, we're going to paint. So I'm just brush mixing, just picking both colors up, not mixing it down to one color. Both, just to make this dark and rich. Yeah, we'll cover that red that I put on there. Okay, then I'm just going to wipe off my brush, pick up a little bit more of the lamp black, and I'm going to paint the wheel. And this wheel, I'm just going right across that bottom, painting. Okay, let's move that out of the way. And then on this one, again, if you take that chisel edge of your brush and just draw a line, fill it in. Because while you can't see it a lot, you still can see it when it stands up or it's hanging. So I did mimic just the color, a little dry brushing to give it the illusion that it's a tire as well. All right. So Tina, that was just titanium white. So I did the 2 truck pieces with titanium white, just to have that brighter red. Rich says hi. Oh, Donna, tell him hello. And I absolutely love, love, love my wreath. Thank you so much. If you guys didn't see that, I posted it on my Facebook page. But my sweet friend Donna's sweet, sweet husband, Rich, made me a beautiful fall wreath. And it is on the inside of my front door. All right. And then we're going to do the tree. Let's just go ahead and get that going. Plantation pine. And again, I want to make a nice, rich, dark color first. So I'm going to do, and I think I'll use that dauber. So, yeah, the one that has black on the other side. So I'm going to do green. And I don't want to use black. I want to use Payne's Gray. Just because it's not as harsh. So Payne's Gray in the media line, and a little Payne's Gray, and a little asphaltum, just to get a nice, dark, rich green. You could always use black green, but you know, you've got those colors, so you might as well mix them. Okay, so nice and dark. And then our snowflake, I think we'll just go ahead and get this done. So let me find a paper that I can do this. Okay, so there's my little snowflake. Great idea to put names on the palette. I think oh, thank you, Ronnie. Okay, so a little bit of snow titanium white. And again, I'm going to use the other side of that dauber white, tap it in, tap it on, and while it's wet, some Deco Glamour Dust or any glitter. This is a really pretty, shiny mica heavy glitter. That's a very light glitter, but heavy on the mica, which is going to give you that really pretty snowflake, shimmery, shiny look, okay? And then that can go back into your bottle. We'll put that to the side. But again, it comes in crystal and gold. It's one of my favorite glitters ever. All right. So let's come to our truck. Let me see which one I want to start with. I'm going to start with this one first. Okay. And an angle brush. So I have a 3/8 angle. Okay, get a little bit of water. And you can, let's get rid of that glitter. I didn't realize there was glitter. So now we're going to have glitter on everything. Right. On these baking mats, the silicone baking mats that I've told you guys about since the pandemic, one of the best things to clean up glitter on them is packing tape. All right, it'll just pick it right up. But I don't have that right here. What were the two colors you used for the tree? So I used 3, Debbie. It was Payne's Gray, Plantation Pine, and Asphaltum. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys, so I'm going to get my brush slightly damp and actually just put a couple little water droplets right here in case we need them. Little Payne's Gray on the toe of my angle brush. If you're not familiar with an angle brush, you've got a heel and a toe, and we are going to work that in on the toe of the brush. And I'm going to go right around the edge of my truck. And you can always come in and use a mop. I use a medium soft flat top mop. Have those on my website. Oh, the other thing, guys, I had posted a stamp sale last week. And guess what? I've been so busy I have not had a chance to take it down. So you go check out my website. If you're looking for rubber stamps to add into your backgrounds and things. So my Tim Holtz stamps are the lowest price they've ever been on my website. And then I have some Stampendous ones there as well. So you are welcome. All right, let's see. It looks like comments over on YouTube have stopped that I can see. So, all right. I just don't want to miss anyone's question. Okay. So then I came underneath the windows just to kind of frame them in a little bit. Above, go around the side. I'm just going to soften that with that mop. I think it would be super cute to do like a foliage green tree and use plantation pine as your shading color. A blue tree would be really pretty. So something like, just a pale blue and maybe primary blue as your, or Prussian blue as your shading color. So a lot of different, let's see right here, a lot of different color combinations that you can do. I didn't go with the green because I was a little worried it was going to clash with the tree. So let's just float that right up underneath that line. And these do come with some score lines. So hopefully you can see that. Those score lines will, kind of lead you to where you need to put things on. All right, so let me just look, see. All right, we're going to flip over to this one. And again, go right along that. Even though I'm not going to see that part, I'm still going to do it just in case you see any portion of that underneath the fender. Okay. Up. And then I do have right up underneath here, a little bit darker, and I've got some red there. All right. And then I wanted the words to really stand out a little bit more, like this whole area right here. And to be honest with you, I was worried about how I was going to paint it because I wasn't sure how I was going to get those, because they're etched or engraved. I didn't want to make it too complicated, and so I used a Posca pen. And I'll share that with you guys. But you could always use a liner brush. You can use a gel pen. But I just went right around this whole entire plaque that's on the back of the tree. Just get all this little shading out of the way. All right. And let me look and see. Okay. Now, let's let those set up for just a minute. I'm going to come over to my Fender. What if you don't have Payne's Gray and Media Fluid? You can use regular Payne's Gray in the Americana line. No problem, Lucy Mott. Good to see you on. Or soft black. I almost would use soft black before I used Payne's Gray in the media line because I find that color to be a little dull. So what am I looking for? Metallic silver in the media line and metallic gold in the media line are absolutely stunning. So let's get a little bit of silver. And then again, I'm going to take my little dauber and work that in, tap it off. And we are going to tap that on. Oh, it's just such a pretty metallic. You've got beautiful, beautiful shine to it. So if you can see that. All right, and I probably will just go ahead and do the top as well. And then let's dry that. Move that to the side. This piece, I didn't do anything else to it, okay, because it is kind of the holder connector for the two pieces. But on these, I did come in and do a little shading around the edge because you do see those from the side. And while you don't see a big portion of it, you still see some of it. So, again, just taking that Payne's Gray right along the edge, flip it over, do it right along the edge. Okay, so let's put that over there. Then I'm just going to get a small brush. That's too big. That's 6. So let's do like a, well, that's probably too big. Let's get like a number 2 or 4 flat. There we go. So I have a 4 flat. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of white. And let me zoom in just a touch. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to paint in the side mirrors with a little bit of white. So when you're using like the metallic and you base coat it black underneath, you're going to get a richer, more chrome look, I think, than when you paint white underneath, you're going to get a brighter silver. And I wanted these to be, you know, very reflective almost. So went with that white. Oh, candy in there would be cute too. Super cute idea. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go back with the white. And I think that's probably already dry. It is. Things dry so fast in my studio when I have these lights on. Okay. Move that to the side. Alrighty. Now for the wood on top, I used, and I even did along the edge here, a little bit of the deep ochre. So we'll get that out here. I'm just going to put Some deep ochre there. And then I'm going to take some asphaltum, and just this again is the number 4 flat, and I'm just going to let it skip and stutter along that wood fence there, holder on our truck. A little bit of deep ochre, and then I swiped it off my paper towel just to get a little bit of the excess off. And I'm just going back and forth in a little zigzag motion. Don't have a ton of paint on there, so that you can see that kind of wood look. I'm going to swipe it off, pick up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up some titanium white, work that in on my brush. I didn't wash my brush out, so it still is dirty from the asphaltum and the deep ochre. And I'm just going to dry brush with a little more paint than I usually do, dry brushing with. But again, load it up, swipe it across your paper towel so you don't end up with too much. And use your finger to soften that look, and then we'll come up here, do the same thing. And if you get too much, you can always come back with a little asphaltum. Okay, I'm digging that. Just give it a little bit of an aged wood look. All right. Loretta, you're so funny. Said her truck just had a fender bender. All right, so I'm going to come back in with my 1/4 inch angle, a little bit of Payne's gray, and right up underneath these little slats, I will put some Payne's gray. Right up underneath those. And I might get into them with the next step, but if I do, I can always come back with some Payne's gray. So my 3/8 angle, some white, titanium white loaded on the toe, work it in. I'm just going to dab that on my paper towel to get some of that moisture out. Actually, I need to lay that down. Okay. And so I'm going to float that color right along the very top of the truck. So like I said, I have to go back in and add some of that dark on that wood. Okay, but use your finger and kind of soften that out a little bit, or the mop. Just want to make that a little bit brighter. Okay. And then I did come in, let me switch back to my 1/4 inch angle. Black on red. Oh no, I think I can fix. Oh goodness. Okay, so someone over on YouTube, let me know that you guys are still here and watching. Let me just refresh that and see if it comes back up. All right, and it did with I don't know what's the deal with that. Okay, so you have these little areas in here. This part right here, that little line, that's part of the connector that we're gonna put on. Okay, but in here you've got these lights and stuff. So I did just a very loose little floating. Let me see if I can get just a little bit right along that edge. And then I just slightly walked it to the right, okay? So see, I took that paint on the toe of the brush right along that line, and then just slightly walked it over just a wee bit. I'm going to do the same thing on these rectangles and squares. Again, with just a little touch of a highlight. On that square, I'm just going to do right along the top. Just slightly walk it down and leave it. Again, not going for anything other than just a glow, kind of a glow where those lights and fender are going to be. Thank you, Peg. And then this side again, the toe with the white. Too much. Need a little bit more water. So if your float is dragging and it's not moving, you need a touch more moisture in your brush. But try not to get too much. Soften that. And if you go outside the lines, guess what? Red paint is going to fix it up for you. Let's go back to your base color. Because you're floating in a very small area. Soften that. Okay. So I think that might be all for that right now. Let's dry brush. So I'm going to go back to that. I have a number 6 flat here. That's dry. I'm going to pick up some white paint and wipe it off on my paper towel. So I'm going to load it up. You can see there on the palette. Wipe it off really well. Thank you, Melinda. Or Melissa, excuse me. Okay, and then right in here, I'm going to dry brush that white right on those tire threads. Okay. On both there. And then I'll load it up, wipe it off, come over to this one, and we're just going to dry brush some of the white on those, even though they're not as detailed. Okay. Now going back to our silver, I have just a round brush. You can use a liner with a little bit of that metallic silver. And just fill that in on the mirrors. Okay. All right, we're going to set that to the side. Let's go to our fender. Alrighty, so I'm going to take my 3/8 angle with some Payne's Gray. Let's just move over there, Sandy. And again, I'm going to go right along the edge, just loosely float right along the edge of that fender with Payne's Gray. Again, if you don't have it, I would suggest soft black. Okay. All right, let's rinse that out. And I did not do along the top, but I did do along these little guys right here. So again, just a little, you can switch to the 1/4 inch angle, which I'm gonna do because it's too big. That bumper, girlfriend, not a fender. What did I say, fender? Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Ronnie. This bumper. Alrighty. So just around these little sections, and that's going to make the piece stand out a little bit more, but again, they're just very loosely floated. Okay, nothing, don't stress about it. Get that on there. And on this one, I did go right around the top of it. Okay. And then you can always come back in with a little bit of that silver. If your float got a little wide, just kind of put some of that back in. We want it to be nice and shiny. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. And then let's come back to our 3/8 angle. When did I miss you paint the bumper silver? I don't know, Loretta, but I did. I painted it silver. You make me want a laser cutter. Oh, Donna, I love mine so much that I bought a second one. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of titanium white. And right along, let's see, what did I do there? Yes, right along the top, above that dark line, I have a nice little highlight. Just soften that out. And then we're going to dry brush. So you guys know how much I love to dry brush. Medium mezzaluna or a flat. Let me show you both. So this is just a flat, number 5 flat. It's dry. I'll load it with white paint. Wipe it off really well. Always a great test area in the palm of your hand if you're like, oh, I'm not sure if there's too much. And then we are going to just dry brush. Okay, and then I like to scrub that with my finger just to kind of work it in because I have a little too much paint there. We'll dry brush a little there. I'm going to come over here, and even though we floated this line, I'm going to dry brush a little there. A little on the Merry Christmas, which we're going to do in a second. Now the thing with using your flat brushes, you can see I'm really kind of using the edge. That's not 100% great for your flat brushes. So I typically will use my mezzaluna, and the mezzalunas are a blend of hard and soft bristles, specifically made for dry brushing, but they do so much more. You can do clouds and trees and add lines on flowers. I mean, it's just a great, great brush. Okay, so I think I like that. I don't want to mess with that. Maybe a little bit here. Okay. Now, when it comes to the word Christmas, like I mentioned, I used a Posca pen. Okay. So this is a fine tip white. Isn't it fun, Bev? Unless you don't like to get your hands dirty. Aw, thank you, Linda. Hello, Desiree. All righty. Thank you, Judy, for letting me know that. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come in with a small flat brush, and this is a number 2. I might have to switch to a round. I can't remember what I used. In fact, I know I did. I'm going to switch to the round. So that number 2 round that I had, and it's wet. Let's see, right, and then I'm going to pick up a little touch of Payne's Gray and work that in. I need a little bit more water, and I'm going to move somewhere else. Pick up a little bit of that. Swiped it across my paper towel, because what I want to do is I'm going to go on the right side of each of these elements. So on the right side, I'm going to make it a little darker because I don't think you guys can see it. Did I do that? Nope. I did not do that. Let's zoom in. Sorry, you're going to see my forearm for a second. I didn't do that on Mary. I just did that on Christmas. So we're going to do the right side of our letters. With Mary, because it's going to be dark, I did it in white. Hopefully you can see that. It's just very subtle, but again, when we get the white on there, it's going to make it stand out just a bit more. Okay, so sorry, I was holding my breath. Do you guys do that when you letter? I tend to always hold my breath. Okay, so see how much more that stands up and stands out. Some whiplash in that fender pen. Now I'm glad I bought my Posca pens. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go to a little water and a little white. The Posca pens are amazing. In fact, I was just able to give away a set in my membership group for the September challenge. The show I went to in June, I got some really awesome samples. And then next month, I will be in New Orleans where I can get some more samples. All right, let's get that white on there. Okay, so I did that before I did the regular color, just in case I get into the letters. All right, now the thing is, you still might go outside the letters with your pen, and if you do, you just come back in with some of your Payne's Gray or red. And so this again is PC1MR. It's a 0.7 millimeter white fine tip Posca pen, and I, because it's permanent, wanted to use it, and because it's really nice and opaque. Other than that, it's got a nice fine tip, so you'll be able to fill those in. I have the fatter ones, and I use them sometimes, but I have to say this one right here is my absolute go-to. For those fine white details. I have tried them all, believe me. Oops, see, I just went and made that a little bit bigger. So, slow, kind of fill it in. It's nice that it's scored so you can see where the letters are and where you go outside the lines like that. It goes all the way down. And if you're looking at the top, no, good. I just looked at my screen to make sure the top of my hair wasn't covering. Because, you know, these are the type of things, right, guys, when you guys are painting and you kind of pull it closer to you, get it right on the edge of your workstation and upright and at an angle so that you can really get in and do these letters. And with it flat, sometimes it's hard for me to see where those lines are. Okay, but that'll work. I do have a couple touches that need to be. Oh, Donna, yes, I'm going to be in Newport News, Virginia next March. And oh my gosh, I did post the pictures on my website under seminars and conventions. I haven't posted them anywhere else just yet. Oh, goodness, I went right into that white. But they are amazing. If I do say so myself. I loved them, and I'm glad they picked both of the ones that I did. Okay, let's dry that, because that Posca pen it's an acrylic pen, so it's going to be wet. You want to dry it. Okay, I'm going to come back with that Posca pen, and let's just let this cool down for a second. And anywhere I think that eye I really got into. This. Okay. And the Mary shows up because it's scored, but if you need to make it darker, you can always use a fine tip, an ultra fine tip Sharpie marker, because it's not going to bleed. And it will get down in there. I think mine's dark enough, so I'm going to leave it. You could always use soft black or Payne's gray as well. I am going to come back with a little bit of white on this flat brush. Don't even know what size it is, but my wood here needs a little bit more dry brushing. Okay. Now, let's move these out of the way. Let's move that one out of the way, I should say. And you can use your Posca pen or you can use your paint. But where we dry brushed that little white highlight, make sure your pen's working before you go. You can always put your little white highlight. On the mirrors here, I did 3 little lines on those, which are subtle, okay? And let me see if there's anywhere else I did that. Nope, just there and there. All right, so let's move that out of the way. And let's come to our tree, because I love the way this came together. So we're gonna use some matcha green. Let me get my palette over here, zoom out just a touch. Okay. You can't see it. So matcha green. And you can use warm white or titanium white. I'm just going to use titanium white since I have that out. And I'm going to use my angle brush. So I'm going to go to my 3/8 angle, and I'm going to flip it over. Or a black Posca pen, absolutely, yes. Most of my pens are too big. Maybe a Signa will work. It will, but Loretta, you're going to want to spray it with workable fixative, because it will bleed if you varnish over it. So do I have a packet for, no, you know, because it's just the pieces and parts, and I'm showing you how I painted them, but I'm not really doing, you know, kind of like the fox or something. So I do have a project sheet, and that is on my website. You can go download the free project sheet, and it tells you the colors I used, okay? Will the Posca pens smear when you varnish? No, they will not. But anytime I do any kind of pen work, I'm careful when I varnish over it that I'm not varnishing, you know, like brushing it really hard over anything, just to, you know, be on the safe side. So let's get some of that paint off. Okay, so I have my 3/8 angle that I raked in my, there we go. All right, so I'm going to load it with plantation pine, the whole brush. And on the toe, I'm going to pick up some matcha green and titanium white. Okay, let me flatten that there. A little more titanium white. Okay, so plantation pine on the whole thing, matcha green on the toe, white on the toe as well. All right, and I'm just going to start pulling. I'm sliding backwards and I'm following, the toe is following. Okay, so the heel is first, followed by the toe. And I'm just going with the shape of this tree. And I want to leave some dark patches in there. Okay. So again, I'm just pulling right along those little sections. I'm going to get a little more matcha, a little bit more warm, titanium white. And then I am going to turn it because I remember when I did the original, I got a little confused about the tippy top. So just gonna bring a little bit more of that light in there. Okay, and then I'll pull again with the heel first, followed by the toe. Okay, and I just went right up that spire and everything because I knew I was gonna have a star there. But you could always come in and paint that. All right, so look how cute that is, right? Now, I do want to brighten up a few places, but not too many. So I'm gonna highlight, but then I'm gonna show you how to also come back in and float in a little bit of shading should you get it too dark, okay? So again, I'm sliding, not putting any pressure. Think of it like you're ice skating on the tippy tips of those bristles. All right. Okay, so there's the tree. So the base coat of the tree was plantation pine, asphaltum, and Payne's gray. Hello, Mert. Oh, one of my favorite people in the world. So sweet. Thank you. Okay, so let me zoom in because what I'm going to do next is load the toe of my angle brush with a little bit of Payne's gray and work that on the toe only. And then I'll start up here and I'll kind of maybe just pick a little area that I can float some color under. Oops, get a little bit more water. And so what this is just, it's going to give you those layers, okay? It's going to make it look like you've got a dimensional tree on a very flat surface. It's going to lift those sections. Okay. And if you feel like it, mine's looking a little white, but it's really not white. It's got that that matcha green color to it. But I am going to add a little bit more. After I got that shading in. And you might, if you're like, oh, I put too much shading in, just come back add a little bit more of that bright. Okay? Alrighty. Then, thank you, Helen. All right, so I'm going to take that angle brush, pick up a little bit of asphaltum. And while you can't see the bottom of the tree, I have it in there, you can still see it, right? So if I'm looking over, I'm going to see the base of that tree. So I'm going to put a little bit of the asphaltum. Let's put that to the side, dry it. Actually, let's bring it right back down here. And then whatever brush, either your Mezzaluna or a dry flat brush, you can put a little bit of white on your brush, wipe it off, and then dry brush a little bit of white on that tree trunk, okay? Now, what I did with this, and let me see if I have, I think I forgot to bring it over. So I'm going to use this bag. Wax paper works great. And I had a piece that's sitting over on the other place. So I'm going to put it on something. And then I was going to use, originally I was going to use jelly drops. And if you're not familiar with those, let me the Love Color Jelly Drops. I use these on my ornament piece, and it's very much like liquid glass that's tinted. Okay, so see, it's just very almost like resin. This one I mixed with a little bit of silver. And again, it dries, it self levels, it dries hard to the touch. So I was going to use Love Color, but I actually went with the stained glass paint instead. So this mimics the look of stained glass. All right. So I have yellow and orange, which is flame orange, and sky blue, and magenta, and purple. Okay. And it doesn't hurt to, when you're doing things with paints and stuff that have like a nozzle, it doesn't hurt to have one of those like floral straight pins that you can get at just about any craft store. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit, and you just want to work that down to the tip. A little bit of yellow in one. And then because I have my finished one, I know that I have a little yellow there. Because what I did originally is I just started going down the line. Okay, I'm going to use that color, and then this color. And so I'm just filling that little hole, and if it gets too much, if it comes out onto the tree, you can just use a brush and wipe it away. But they're going to be translucent and nice and shiny and pretty. And we'll use a little blue. All right, you're not going to come out? Nope. So that's the one that's not going to come out. I knew there'd be one, that's why I grabbed the pen. Do blue, that's what I was talking about, get too much. And then what other color? Let's just go ahead and put blue down here since I have it in my hand. And we'll use orange. Oops, I'm gonna make sure I get all in that. And purple. Those are going to be along the bottom. You're not even going to see them. All right, let's use a little more magenta. And I think a little more yellow. Okay, and that actually dries pretty quick. So let me show you. Like on this one, if you go around the edge, you'll be able to lift up whatever you got too much of. Okay. All right, and then I want to move this to the side because we want that to dry. And then let's come back. Oh, and then you definitely want to put these on. So these actually have a little nozzle at the top, like that. See that little thing right there? You want to make sure that you hear that click. Okay, that's going to keep those things from getting clogged. However, it is paint in a very small nozzle, and if it does, those little pins work great. But you want to do all that. Okay, let's come to our star. We're just going to let all that set up. So the star, I did a little dimensional. You could paint it however you want. Or like I said, just do this spire thing at the top of that tree. But what I did was I took a pencil and a ruler. It's quite a big ruler. And I'm just going to do lines from the tip of that down. And that's not really the tip, Sandy. Tip of that down. Okay. And then the tip of that. So just with a pencil. Okay. So again, it has deep ochre as its base coat. And then I came in with Baby Duck, which is, oh, I love this color. You could always even use that deep ochre with a little bit of white, and you'll get that lighter yellow color. I don't carry the stained glass. I do carry the Love Color line. Do you go around these when you varnish? Not necessarily. Oh, when I varnish the piece, it doesn't matter because that clear varnish, I use, my favorite go-to is Soft Touch varnish. So when I go over the tree, yes, you can go around those, or you could even just go right over it. It's not going to hurt it. All right. Arate. So I'm going to do, again, this is a number 2 round. I'm going to do the tops of each section with Baby Duck. Oh, I forgot a line. Hello. Let me get that on. I was like, I'm missing a section. No, but you can go to DecoArt and you can use the discount code capital S, capital M, 24, capital H, number 2. And that will give you a one-time 20% discount code off of your order. Okay. Oops. Let's get that. Okay. There we go. No, oh, okay. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. These come with your regular tip, like on your Americanas, okay? You can order these from DecoArt, and I put them on all my stained glass because I knew that most likely I was going to be using them that way. So you can get these nozzle tops tips, flat rider tips, I think is what they call them, on DecoArt. But thank you so much for pointing that out because I completely forgot that I added those. You can flood an area with them. Or use that nozzle. So, all right, what did I do here? Every other one. Light, dark, light, dark. Okay, just to get a little dimensional star there. Hello, Barbara. Oh, thank you. So over on Facebook, Robin, thank you for posting that. She posted the nozzle tips. Would you repeat the code for the discount? Yes, Mert. It is capital S, capital M, as in Sandy McTeer. 24, capital H, 2. Let me see if I can write that. It might not let me. It did. Over on. Thank you, Janet. I love the jelly drops too. Yes, again, I almost used those. Okay, so then what I wanted to do was I did a little shading and I wanted this star to have a little metallic look. So see that little shimmer and shine? That is the metallic gold. So let's do a little of that. And again, I use the media metallic gold. I carry the media line on my, oh look, I put white up here and I ended up putting white down there. I carry it because I love it. So, and then on those darker deep ochre, I came in with that metallic gold. Okay, let's dry it. Is the H capital? The H is capital. Yes, all the letters are capital. I'm going to put that over on YouTube too. I still haven't convinced my husband to be my Renee. Okay. Oops. I need to. There we go. Okay. Now, on the star, I came back in with my 1/4 inch angle, a little bit of asphaltum. And I'm going to float that color right along that line. So I'm on the baby duck color. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Let's move that out of the way. I came in with the neon red. So I'm going to put this together and show you because there are certain places that I used it that I really like, that it kind of gives that glow of maybe like, you know, backlights or something. So let's move that out of the way. I seriously just did that on my palette. Okay, so this piece, let me make sure these are right. That's going to go here. They're going to go there. Actually, I think what I did was I put them on the back of here first. So they fit into these little slots. Or maybe I didn't. Nope, I think I put it here. And it comes with instructions. It comes with picture instructions for you. I was worried about that because as I had to really push hard into these pieces to get them to snap, I was worried I was going to break it. But and maybe I won't be putting it together for you guys. Let's put this piece in first. Okay. And then that has side and side. Sandy. Really? Let's make it easy. How about that? Work smarter, not harder, right? Okay. There we go. We got that on. And then this piece goes on. And you just have to move these side pieces out a little bit to get it to snap into place. Seriously, am I not going to be able to do it? There we go. That side went on easily. Okay, and then this piece, this is what I write on the instructions that you get, that you really want to hear those clicks, okay? If you don't, it's going to fall apart. And so that what you end up with is these are flush, and then those stick out. And that's where your bumper is going to go. Okay, so do you hear the snap? Snapped into place. All righty. Hello, Elizabeth. No problem. Zoom out. Sorry, Janet. I just put it together. Hello, Julie. Okay. Now, what I want on these little things right here, I'm going to go back to that round brush and some white paint, is right along these. And you could paint these before you put it together. Funny thing is, it wasn't until I put it together did I realize that these are going to show. And so a little bit of white, doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to add that color. Okay, let's dry it. Absolutely, you could personalize that plate. You know, again, you could put the year, you could put a name, so many things. You could, you know, put first right up here if it's like a first Merry Christmas for a baby. I got a little heavy-handed with my Payne's Gray there. So just a little more silver. Okay. Now on those, I came back in, I might have a little country red. I do. And we'll put a little country red right on those. So I know those are probably just something on the bumper, but when I did them the silver color, it just kind of looked odd. So I thought maybe they could just be like, you know, the lights that you see, extra lights. Okay, fiery red, neon, amazing to highlight and really bring out. I mean, it's almost pink. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that. We'll paint those little sections. See how bright that is? I love it. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe it off. So I just wiped it across a paper towel. And I'm going to come in here. I might have wiped off too much. Dry brush a little bit of that fiery red here and there, but not everywhere. Again, pick it up. I'm wiping it off. I'm going to come up here, add a little bit of a highlight. These little, which the majority of those are covered up with the tree. Okay. Reflector plates. Gosh, you guys are good. Thank you. Okay, so darn, looks like I need to place another Sandy order. Oh, okay. So I will say this one's a little bit on the darker side, which sometimes when I do lives, I do notice that I tend to shade a little bit darker. But anyway, you can always come in and brighten that up with any dry brushing of that, especially of that fiery red. It's really going to bump up that color. I wouldn't do it everywhere. It loses its, oop, we don't want to do it there. It loses its punch if you do it too much. Put a little in there. Okay, so yes, I did glue once this was dry, which I just pulled it off the plastic. I'll show you. Okay, and if you're going to, I would paint the back as well, either green, the same color you base coated it. And I realized that I missed a dot, so that's gonna have to just wait. But anyway, I put it in here, glued it, glue the top of your star to your truck. And I announced giveaways for the beginning of this live and completely forgot to tell you that I do have 3 additional giveaways. One of them will be for this truck that I just painted. And so again, like, comment, share, and that will get you entered. And then glued the little snowflake right there. Okay, so this, I would recommend, you know, E6000 unless you want it to happen quickly. And could you put some glossy accent on those lights? Absolutely, Penny. Yes, you can. And let me show you another thing that will really make them stand out is if you come in with your angle brush. Let me find my 1/4 inch angle brush. If you come in with a little bit of Payne's Gray on the toe of your angle brush and go up underneath them, just to give them a little bit of a shadow, that will look really nice as well, okay? Like I mentioned, the Love Color will work great if you've got that. Liquid glass. And did you know that you can mix a little bit of the media fluid acrylics with your clear liquid glass to tint it? You can. Okay, and then I'll fix that one. Typically, see, I just lost my orange. Typically, I wouldn't lift it up off my thing until it's 100% dry, which I did on this one. I just let it completely dry for a day. And I don't know if the color will show through, but like I can see right through that yellow pretty well. It just right there maybe gives it a nice little glow and look. So once you do that, oops, hello. I'm gonna clean this up so I don't get it everywhere. And I don't want to glue it in place because I definitely want to fix those up for whoever wins this. And then the star on top, okay? So, hello, Karen. Thank you, Diana. Okay, awesome. Let's move that out of the way. Come back to the finished one. Again, super cute to stand up, put a little ribbon in it. Again, I would paint the back of the tree like I did on this one, green. Maybe paint the back of your truck red, or you could even put scrapbook paper. But anyway, so that's my little picking up the tree ornament. Hello, Ellie. Aw, thank you, Ronnie. I knew that after OKC I needed to get this one done so I could show you guys how to paint it. So triple thick works great too for a glass look. Absolutely, Sue. Great tip. Thank you. All right. Oh my God, it's just too cute. Oh goodness. I know, Judy, and your order is on its way, so you should get it early this week. But, hi, Monty. Thank you, guys. Put some peppermints for the teachers. That'd be super cute too, right, Lucy? Yeah, I think that'd be really cute. Okay. And I did do, 3 bigger trucks. I had them for sale at, where was it? OKC. I don't know if I had them at the expo. But anyway, I don't have the big ones up on my website, but I will get them on because I do love the bigger size. I mean, it's probably about this big. So awesome. Thank you, Dawn. I cannot wait. So you guys share pictures with me if you would, please, on my page. Of what you paint. Would love to see your painted picking up the tree truck. All right. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Bonnie. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will not be here. Mini candy canes would be cute too, right? Or money. But just for gifts, I think it would be super cute too, tied on a present, you know, instead of a gift tag, maybe, you know, put it, and you could, again, change the colors of the truck and everything. And I just noticed that I missed to tell you something. So let's come right back down here because I completely just saw it. So once I got everything glued in place, those little dots, you'll see them if you've got that tree, those little dots, I just came in with my white Posca pen and I did that. Okay, and then varnish it and you're good to go. I knew that'd be something I forgot to show you, always. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I used the paint, then I got COVID really bad. I lost a lot of functional hand dexterity. I gained a lot of it back. So I would like to try painting again. Oh, Diana, I love to hear that. Yes, you know, and the more you do it, the easier things will become. Just kind of get that memory, that muscle memory going again. So, okay, guys. Yep. So again, I won't be here next Sunday because I will be finishing wedding stuff, and then I will be back. Let me see. I'll post it, but it'll be November. So. Alrighty, guys, get those brushes out, get that paint out, do something creative. Again, if you're not feeling it, you're not in the mood, you haven't painted in a while, get something out and just base coat it. All right, seriously, that momentum of doing something creative will help you get back to doing something creative. Okay, so again, 3 giveaways for this live. I will announce those on our next live. All you have to do is like, comment, share. Make sure that you hit that like button over on YouTube and the subscribe button. And that little bell will let you know when I go live. Okay? All right, guys. Have a wonderful week. When I see you next, I'll have a daughter in love, which I'm excited about. So, alrighty, guys. Have a good one. I'm going to leave you just with a little bit of information, again, on those upcoming painting classes that I have going on. If you want to get better at shading and floating and washes and all that, and take your time painting a project over 3 days from start to finish, from base coat to varnish, these events you will love. Okay, so I have one in November. I have another one in December. Those are available on my website. And I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of inspiration.